We've been making weekly videos for 26 weeks now, and it's been rough. I'm not gonna lie. But I'd like to tell you in this video why we're doing it and why I don't plan on stopping. What do you think the biggest secret to using video in your content marketing strategy is? Consistency. Do a quick research at all on Google around content marketing, and you'll see consistency is everything. Just look at some of the biggest brands and companies. Of course, the tech firms, Google, Facebook, YouTube, sure, Apple, Microsoft, they're making videos weekly, daily, sometimes even hourly. They understand. But even like consumer companies like Home Depot and Gillette, they're also making weekly videos, sometimes daily videos. Now, you can also look at some of the major players, influencers, like Gary Vaynerchuk, Pat Flynn, Moz, Marcus Sheridan. They're also creating videos, definitely weekly, and sometimes also daily. What do they have all in common? They're consistently churning out a high volume of new content, all the time. Now, I'm sure you're like, okay, wow, great for them. Do I really need that? Does my business need that? Does my brand need that? Customers and clients are looking at businesses and brands now as a channel to be able to turn to and say, what do you have for me? What interesting things do you got going on? You have to be ready to entertain, to educate. Now, sure, these videos that the other players are creating may not always be amazingly fantastic, but they're good. It has to be good. But if you just create one amazing, fantastic, great video and wait a really long time before making another one, does that really help your business? Not really. Consistency is the secret. And there are tons of types of videos and videos you can create on a regular basis that is providing value or entertaining. I mean, you can start with webcasts and webinars. It's an easy place to start, people maybe be familiar with. But you can also create product demonstration videos and tutorials showing your clients how your products work, explainer videos, corporate profiles. You can do culture videos. You can do educational video series and FAQs, kind of like this whole series that we're doing. You can interview your employees, your customers, interview yourself. The list is endless of the types of videos you can create. But the key is consistency and understanding that, letting that go into your core when you're looking at utilizing video. Now, consistency may look different for you than other players, other brands or companies. It may not be weekly. Maybe it's monthly. You're creating some sort of content. Maybe it's quarterly. The idea is, what can you do on a consistent basis? Now, the more frequent you are, the more likely you can be in front of someone, your customers and your clients' eyes when they're watching online, looking online. Because it's so easy, there is so much content that your one piece a month or one piece a quarter will get lost. Now, email distribution lists are great so that it goes right to their inbox, but that also can get lost. And let's not even talk about the social media feed. And that's why, depending on the type of content, it's okay to repost these videos once you create a library. And that's one tactic of staying consistent, is reposting old content so that people can say, oh, look at that. I didn't even know that you created that last year or the other couple months ago. So reposting is another. But what is your strategy? That's my question to you. How are you staying consistent? Are you staying consistent with your video content? Now, you also may be wondering, how the heck am I gonna afford this? When you're looking at your strategy and your tactic of how do I stay consistent, you need to take that into account of what can we do? How can we be creating videos so that it is quick, it's simple, it is affordable, so that you can continue to have a lot of trial and error, a lot of exploration, because it is about, well, does this work? Or let's try something different this week, and let's try something different this week. Understanding that, okay, great, we have the runway, we have the bandwidth, we have the budget to be able to do that. If you don't have a lot of budget, then it's yourself. You have to figure out what can I do as my, whether you're representing a brand or you are the brand, what can I do myself? Maybe you have a small team that you can work with. Maybe you can hire a videographer, one person to help you take on some of the work, or maybe you can hire a whole video agency. And it doesn't even matter necessarily the size of the crew or who's on board. Another way to keep it efficient and affordable is how you record it. How many can you record at the same time? There's no way that I'd be making these videos every week, meaning recording each week. I would forget, I would be lazy, it just wouldn't get done. That's why I try to record 4, 6, or 8 in one session. That way, boom, now I've got a month done, or 2 months, or a whole quarter. It's not easy, still takes work, but there is ways to batch it and make it more efficient so you can stay consistent. So my question to you is, how are you going to stay consistent? What is your strategy, your video content strategy, to stay consistent and continue sharing value, education, entertainment with your customers and clients. It starts with a strategy. I want to talk about that in our next video. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you also hit the little bell icon so you get notified when our next video is online. I'm Alex with Your Local Studio. I'll see you next time.